Okay, very cool. Good morning. So, first class, first Saturday of the 2025, we're going to start transitioning to our comfortable seat. If you feel any um, stiffness or you would prefer to lie on your backs, please do that. Otherwise, just join me seated. So, I'm going to do sit and prop myself on that blanket right there. And make sure it feels comfortable if you can cross your legs. And again, I want you to feel that you're comfortable enough to maintain a couple of moments breathing and paying attention to how we feel. We are coming to stillness, coming to a moment of quiet, coming to finding that breath and relationship to the body, to the feelings, and to the thoughts to quiet the mind. So transition there and sit comfortably enough so you can really visualize yourself to taking time to quiet down your mind. So just place your hands around your knees and just bring your hands to the top of your legs. And then your elbows go kind of back, shoulders open, shoulders press open, chest opens. Then relax your hands back to the roundness of the knees and back to the top of your thighs and bring your elbows back. So that will kind of give you a nice posture. And then place your hands where you feel right in the middle of your legs, that your arms are kind of dangling and your elbows below your shoulders, chest open, head is reaching the heavens. And feel that your sitting bones are even, and maybe even close your eyes. So as you settle into this seat, into your sit bones, into this created space for you that you set apart for your yoga, just visualize yourself sitting in a moment, and whatever thoughts comes in, and the thoughts do come in, just let it come in. Just see it, um, welcome it, acknowledge it, and then try to go back to how you're seated and your present moment, your groundedness, your centering, and your breath. So we're trying to kind of give time for the body to acclimate to doing nothing and just paying attention solely to the breath. But the posture is important. The face is relaxed, your neck is open, throat open, shoulders down, nice tall spine. So we're going to take, I'm going to just help you count. We're going to take a breath in for 4 and exhale for 4. If this doesn't resonate with you, you can do 3, you can exhale for 5. But we're trying to really just find a rhythm that feels that it grounds you and that it comes into that mindful breath awareness. So take your breath, exhale completely, and then inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Maintain that relaxed posture and that relaxed face and throat and chest for 4. And exhale and release completely. You can keep your eyes where they are. We're just going to sense the breath, the earth with your hands reaching the sides of your hips. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't, but do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, lifting your arms up all the way to 4, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, and your hands touch the floor. Try to link, maybe try to lift all the way up and count. As your fingers reach up, you get 4. Try to have the arm straight, and then exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, and maybe the fingertips touch, or maybe they just point to the earth. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. So arms can stay out, the arms can be straight, the arms can be bent, but just feel that you are releasing out all the way down.
I just couldn't put him more in the middle. It was hard to reach.
And then one more up, reaching up, inhaling, reaching your arms, lengthening up, and then exhale, arms out, and exhale completely all the way down. Hands touch, and then come back to where your hands are on your lap and feel that change, that shifting of energy, that maybe more readiness of the body, and more of a quiet place where you can now enter our yoga practice. Take a moment, breathe in and out. And simply we're going to go just side to side. So we're going to be doing some classic, some stretches, some side bending, some twist, and just to feel the whole body, how it moves and how it feels. And hopefully you'll feel rejuvenated and restored. So I'm going to my left. You can go to your left or to your right. Feeling like I have something in my tongue, but I don't. So one hand down and the other arm goes up and over, and maybe the arm bend, maybe straight. And then other side, nice side to side. And then feel, right, the difference reaching up and reaching sideways. Couple times, nice and easy, right? Go easy with each side, feeling the ribs, feeling the side body. Keep your body straight so you're not rounding forward or too much back. If you feel you need a block, you can put a block under that hand if it's the floor too far away. One more, just inhaling and exhaling, feeling the body opening, the side body opening. Come back to center. And then from here, you're just going to do a little swara or cactus. And then you're going to bring the shoulders so they kind of disappear from your eyes, and just bring them back, and then towards the front and open, and towards the front, warming up those shoulders, squeezing your shoulder blades in the back, opening the front, and then forward. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Okay, last one here. And then you're just going to go up, and you're just kind of like you're shaking the clouds or moving the hands, just nice and slowly shaking the fingertips, kind of warming up, a little bit of wiggle here as you shake your fingertips, your wrists, your arms reach up. And then just relax and come back and find the stillness, and find that the breath comes automatically. Feel that breath and just welcome it, breathing, and release it. Very good. So from here, we're just going to go on the back. If you want to put a blanket behind your head, you can put it at the top of your mat. Just gracefully, don't rush. Gracefully lower yourself to the back, and have your knees bent and your feet flat for now. Have your feet on the floor and just settle down. Just take a moment. Head is on a blanket, feet are on the ground. Feel your sit bones, and just hug one knee in. Just give it a squeeze. Set the foot down and switch nice and easy. Other knee comes in. As much as it comes in, that don't force too much. And then right knee comes in. Just repeating, and then relax and change sides. Left knee comes in. Maybe the hand doesn't have to hold the shin or behind. And then we're going to do the same thing with the leg extended. So as you extend the long left leg, hug the right knee in, and set the foot down and extend it, and then hug the left knee in, and then the right leg is nice and long on the floor. And do that a couple times more. Right knee comes in, left leg extends and grounds. And then lower gently, no rush here. Right leg switches, hug knee in. And just kind of warming up those hips. Let's do one more because it feels really good. Right knee in. And again, you can use no hands, or you can just place the hands behind, give it a hug, extend. Last one on this side, left knee comes in as much as you can, as gentle, as effortless as you can, just kind of warming up the glutes, the hip, the joints, the hip extenders, and then lower the legs. Both legs long and both arms reach overhead. And then flex and point your feet. Reach your fingertips, flex and point your hands. Maybe interlace your fingers and stretch your arms overhead. And flex your feet, point your feet. And then make some circles with your fingers and your ankles. And then bend your legs, place your feet on the floor, and do the same thing, like a little dance with your legs and your circle, your arms and your wrists and your feet, stretches, ankle and fingers, wrists, toes, everything. Just widen a little out and center, widen and open, and then center, and then gently both knees come in and give yourself a sweet hug, maybe rock a little side to side, massage your low back, massage your head, your shoulders, go side to side. Then from here, just maybe round your arms. Maybe you can make a T, or you can keep your hands close to your body and lift your toes so your feet are in line with your knees. And you simply are going to tap and bring the foot back. So tap with one foot, maybe tap the floor or reach towards the floor. You don't have to touch if it's too far. Keep the knees engaged, keep the low back engaged, keep your face soft, and just give some taps. Just one leg. We're not doing both, just one leg. And then both legs come back. Just tap, lift, tap, lift. And then from here, keep the legs as they are. Bring the hands behind your head and lift a little bit. And then lower. Just two more times. Just kind of waking up the gut and the low abdomen. Elbows wide. Keep the knees steady. Very good. And then keep the head down, keep the arms out, float the hands so you really wrap, and just lengthen one leg. So lengthen one leg and then bring back in. So instead of tapping, just reaching beyond and reach beyond. So almost straightening, reach a little beyond. Very good. And one more. Very good. Both knees in. Give himself a nice hug. Very good. Rock a little bit if you like. Side to side, massage your low back. Feet on the ground again. Take a moment here. And then steady here as you press your feet, a little pigeon toe with your feet. So toes kind of in. You can have them nice and wide. And you're going to do one arm at a time. So let's say we do the right arm and we lift your hips up. Just one arm. And then lower the arm and lower the hips. So nice and easy. Feet a little pigeon toe, so toes in. Keep the other hand down, lift the other arm up, overhead towards the back of your mat. And then lower your arm and lower your hips. Just a couple times. Lift your hips, lift one arm. And then lower the arm, lower the hips. And other side. Now, if you want a little bit more, when your arm lifts, let's say you lift your right arm, turn the head to the left and bring your head to center as your arm lowers, hip lower, and then left arm reaches over, turn away from the arm, get a little higher, head to center, arm lowers, and then hips on the floor. Take a moment here and give yourself a hug one more time. Knees come in, rock a little side to side. A simple twist, but super wonderful for your back and for the digestive system and for the nervous system. I'm going to do the leg that is closer to you. So I'm going to Lengthen or extend the right leg, hug the left knee in, and then guide gently that left across the body. Arms can open, arm can rest on that leg, arm can go overhead on the back arm, or you can keep it with your shoulder down. Just take a moment. You can place a block blanket or something to support that twist so the shin can just tap, the toe can tap, the support can be on the knee, on the shoulder. Breathe here on this first twist. One-legged twist, wind releasing pose. Good. Come back to center. Nice and easy, very easy switch. Lengthen the leg, hug the other knee in. Set yourself so you're in the mat, so you start the second side easy. And then nice and gently, with your hand gently across to the other side for that second side. Hand can stay out, or you can just gently encourage the knee to cross. You can support the leg with a block. You can keep the shoulder down. You can keep your arm overhead. Just find something that feels good, that you can twist and breathe and feel yummy in your low back and your shoulders and your hip, and making some space in the rib cage. Breathing the underarm, reaching your fingers comfortably or keeping the hand closer, whatever is in your effort. Bring your hand back and gently bring yourself back onto your back. One more time, just knees to chest, open out and together. You can bring your hands on the knees or behind, just open and close like a door, like a gate. Very good. And then just come on to the side. Take your time to the side. We're going to really come on your hips on your side and your knees one on top of the other. So you can come onto your elbow if you like, or you can go low, or you can put something under your arm, between your arm and your ear. And we're going to just kind of bring the knee in and out. So it's like a lunge on your side. So bring the knee in and back together and then to the back. So kick back. So a couple times here. And again, you can prop yourself high, or you can just go on the floor. So do these a couple times, no rushing, right? Feel the lower hip and feel this movement of the front of the hip as you bring the knee in. If you're uncomfortable, lower. Just one more. So I think I did about 5 or 6. And then if you want, you can kick it back, and maybe if it feels okay, you can reach toward the shirt, the part of the pants or the foot or the ankle. Give yourself a little stretch here, quad stretch. And maybe you just reach your hand. You don't have to touch. Just feel the opening of the front of the hip. Very good. And just rest here on the side just for a moment. Bring your knees more aligned, and just come on your side. Resting, take a moment here. We're going to go on the belly before we do the second side. So come on to the elbows and come to Sphinx gently. So roll now, prone, right? This is prone on your belly for a Sphinx, for a low back, gentle low back. Lengthen your legs, press your toes, arms under shoulders. Take a moment, breathe here. Feeling your arms really pressing and lifting your heart. Feel the stretch on your low back, nothing else. If this is too much, you can come a little lower. Just feel what feels good. Some people also like interlacing here. You're gonna go into a very, very mild, modified forearm plank. So you're going to maintain the knees down. You're gonna stay with your elbows down, or you can interlace and just lift and send the hips back and go lower, hips down. Come to that variation of the Sphinx. So a little bit of forearm plank with the knees down, lift. And one more time on the belly. Relax, and last time, lift. If you want to come to forearm plank, you just have to tuck. It's a lot. Just lower down. And then bring your hands forward, make a little pillow. Arms are going to come in front of your mat. Rest your forehead, lift your feet, lift your shins, and make some circles with your legs, with your ankles, and then the other side. So relax your hips, relax your legs, your belly. You can rest your forehead down on the hands. Very good. Just relax the legs. We're going to just come out to the second side. So you're just gonna roll on the other side, but I'm just gonna go on the other side for me. Just turning around to set up for that lunge on the side. So maybe the arm goes down, maybe you prop yourself on the elbow. You can also lower and like a pillow between the ear and the lower arm. And then just come on the knees, on the hips, and the knees are a little bit forward. They're together. And just bring your knee in and back and kick back, okay? You can keep your body steady as you bring your knee in. So don't go back and forth with your upper torso. It's just the leg in, forward, and together and back. Just a little bit. So do a little bit of motion, of mobility as you bring your knee in and kick it back, in and kick it back. Nice and easy. Let's do about 3 more with your breath. If you get tired, you can lower. If this feels good, this is where you stay, right? So in, maybe a little closer, together and kick back. Okay, just one more. And then as you kick back, if it's okay, maybe you can reach towards the foot, towards the ankle, towards the pants or something. Maybe just reach for the ankle. You don't really have to touch anything. Just feel a little bit of stretch in the top of your thigh. Breathe it. Awesome. All right, and then roll back again onto your belly. We'll do another variation of a very gentle Bhujangasana. So come onto your belly and bring your fingertips out like a little bit in diagonal. When you go make a little spider hands, you can let your legs be a little wider and just elbow points up, and then nice and easy, just come up. Any degree that you can come up, that's great. Just breathe it, breathe it, breathe it, lift a little higher, and then lower yourself, melt down. And from here, just bring your hands in. We're gonna come to a wonderful place to reset, which is your child's pose. So first, child's pose, knees can be wide, set a block for your arms, for your forehead. Your arms can be straight forward. Your hands can make a pillow for your forehead. You can stay high. You can come onto your elbows. If this child's pose doesn't work for you, find something that is conducive to breathing easy, to softly lowering and breathing from your low back and your lungs and the back of your heart. So just really breathe here. If your head is on the ground, you can also put a block or a blanket. And if your head is there, just go side to side, kind of stimulation as you roll your third eye. Just relax your forehead, your thoughts, your mind, your brain as you kind of go side to side towards one eyebrow and the other. And your hands again can be forward. There's a little variation that we can try here if you want. You walk your hands, your fingertip to the front of the top of your mat. And maybe you bring your hands together in prayer and your thumbs are going to reach towards the back of your head. So yeah, I guess you have to have the head pretty low, elbows walk towards the front, and then you bring your thumbs to the neck or to the back of your head. And there's a great, great stretch for the arm, under the arm, and the shoulder. If this doesn't work, just have your hands forward and stay in a nice, easy humble balasana or child's pose. Breathe here. All right, if you had your hands with a prayer, namaste behind, walk them forward, walk them to one side, maybe to the right. Center. If you want to center, maybe stretch a little more to the front of your mat, to the top of your mat, maybe get some more length between your hips and your fingers. And then gently walk to the second side, side stretching. Gently, gently, gently to each pose. We're going to come back to the child's pose and then come on up onto hands and knees. Okay, so come onto the hands, come onto the knees. This is something to think about where you place your hands, where you place your knees. So you really are really conscious of your hands and your knees. The placement is important so you can stretch here gently. Come some cats and cows, inhaling and exhaling, rounding and arching. So this one here, with this shape, you can play around with circles. You can continue with some cats and cows and just explore how the spine feels, how your hands feel. You can go on your elbows if the hands are, if the wrists are getting too much weight. Just round and arch, round and arch. Nice and slowly, I still want you to feel that the breath is present. All right, so one leg come to neutral, so you're not too much in your cow or you're not too much rounded. So you're gonna stretch one toe behind you, stretch the toe, keep the toes down and tuck under. One leg, I'm doing my left, you can do your left or you can do your right. And then look forward and maybe lift your leg off the ground. Don't open the hip, keep your hips nice and settled and even, toe points down, breathe here. Bend your knee, almost like you want to lift your heel up to the heavens, and then straighten back and bring the toes under. So bring the toes down and tuck them under, tuck them under, tuck them so strong, so strong, so strong under. You could almost, if you want to try, lift your other knee off the ground, float the other knee off the ground, and then bring your knee down, and that's done. All right, stay here, and then press back, go forward, press back and forth. So yeah, your leg is nice and bright. Go forward on your toes, press back as if you want to touch something with the back of your heel. Very good. And the last thing is just to kind of cross this leg. So if you want to lift it a little bit and cross it behind the other knee, the other foot down, and cross it and just take a little peek there. And then bring it back behind you, bring it in, just squeeze in and bring your knees down. And let's take a rest from your wrists. You can sit back or you can just kind of see if you can come up onto your knees. If you cannot sit back on the heels, come onto your knees and just make some wiggle or some movement on your wrists. Okay, if you want to sit down, you can sit down, you can stay up. All right, and then from here, if you're on the knees or you're sitting on your shins, just shake it out, or you can stay up and shake it up. All right. All right, find your floor again. Take a moment, maybe a couple cat cows. And then be neutral, right? Be neutral, left knee stays. And then right leg is going to lift. So when you lift the right leg, right, you're offering, like everything is getting unbalanced. So try to have your hands balanced, try to not lean much on that hip. Try to breathe here. The toe is pointing down and your hands are the support and the knee on the floor is your other support. Breathe here. Bend your knee, heel points up. So you want to touch the ceiling with that heel. And then lift. Oh, don't open the knee. Keep the knee pointing down. Very good. And then extend it and tuck it. Tuck it, under, tuck it under, tuck all the toes under, lift the back of your thigh very strongly. Lift, not only tucking, but lift the back strongly. Push, use your hands, and maybe you can lift the other knee off the float, float it just a little bit, bring it back slowly down, lift the other leg, cross it behind, maybe tucking the toes under, or just take a peek at that leg. Gaze forward, lift your leg, hug your knee in, hug in, squeeze in, both knees down, and then come back, rest on your child's pose. Breathe here, on your elbows, hands under your face, hands can be to the feet. Just rest your forehead, relax your face, relax the effort, and take a few breaths here on the child's pose. Just really recover, breathe, soften. And notice the breath is changing a little bit, maybe faster. And just soften anything that is stiff or tight or that you feel is drawing your attention. Just soften there and let it go. Let's go to our first dog, okay? So if you have, you can put the blocks under your hands, walk your hands a little forward, tuck your toes, and keep your knees bent for now. As you come to the upside down V into this Adho Mukha Svanasana, keep your knees bent. You can walk your feet back if your heels touch the ground. Good, making wider stance so you can feel your legs, your thighs, your ankles, your calf muscles, arms really pressing the floor, lifting your tailbone up higher, bending your legs like a tiger, right? Bending like you're ready to jump and spring up, bending, right? And lifting the hips. And then one more. And then stay. Breathe here. Come to your downward dog and make a breath that maybe for 4 counts. Breathing in and out. All right, we're gonna bring your knees down to do some lunges nice and gently. So knees down, take your time. And then right leg or right foot comes forward, okay? So you can walk it forward. You can also, you can do it from your dog, right? You lift your right leg and you step it forward if you were there, or you can bring your knees down and step your right foot forward. And just take a moment here. So we're not coming up. Your hands are framing the front foot. You can have your blocks on either side. And just be here, right? Be here. So you can feel that you're opening and in your hips, right? You're lowering your hips. Your one foot is forward, one knee is back. You can stay high. You can go a little bit back and forth. You can stay high. You're still on the blocks or on the fingertips. The foot is the right foot forward. My left hand is going to stay on the floor or on the block. The block can be higher, lower, or no block to take a twist. The first twist, you breathe here. Open, open. And then bring your hand down. Hands down, both hands down. And then half split or Ardha Hanumanan, half split or runner stretch. Walk your hips back, send the hips back. And then step forward, just one. Very good. And then you're going to come to a wide-legged forward bending from here. So tuck your toes in the back, lift your back leg enough to walk your hands to the inside and walk to the length of the long side of your mat. You can have your blocks in the center under your face, hands under your shoulders. Take a breath in and bend your elbows and fold. So a little pigeon toe on your feet, widen legs, knees can be bent, just folding, folding forward. Wide-legged fold like a down dog, but nice and wide, downward facing prasarita. Beautiful. So try to have your feet kind of towards each other like a little pigeon toe. Breathe in and out. I'm going to come back to the way we came from. So turn all the toes to the original size. I'm going to go to my right. And now you have that back leg lifted. See if you can straighten both legs and maybe lift your toes in the front. So you have like a nice and wide pyramid. If the toes are horrible, just keep the foot down and then bring the knee down and step the foot back. Very good. Just do a little side to side, little circle. Sway your hips side to side. And we'll come to the second side. So you can do a down dog in between, right? Down dog. And then step your left foot forward or come onto the knees and bring your left foot forward, walk it there, make it there, and stay low to the ground, okay? Stay low to the ground, just kind of let the knees and the hips open so you can walk the knee back, you can step the foot more forward, just come in here. Don't come up on the knee, just stay with your hands low, breathe here. Settle the hips, you can kind of come down, you can stay high, wherever you are, you're still working. And then left foot forward, right hand on the floor, on the block, on the fingertips or the palm to first twist. Again, to this side, breathe and twist, knee is down. You can look up, you can look forward, you can look at your front foot. And slowly bring the hand down, frame that foot, Ardha Hanuman, right? So stretch the leg, maybe lift your toes, maybe point your toes. All right, and then come and step forward. Lift your back leg, so tuck your toes, lift your back enough. Walk your hands to the inside and then turn and pivot. Now you're gonna be facing the back. And I'm sorry about my back. And then I'm just gonna turn this way. And then one more time, nice and wide, prasarita, padottanasana, wide toes, heels out, toes in, knees can be bent or straight and fold. Just letting the head be heavy and hang, and letting the shoulders be heavy. You can stay high, you can use your blocks. And you can certainly stay here. This is a great shape to stay. I'm gonna come slowly back to the cane, to the original side. So walk again to the front. Just take a moment, just have that leg lifted, right? The back leg is lifted for this very big pyramid pose or straightening the front leg, maybe lifting your toes. Or keep the toes there. Keep both legs straight or a little bit bent or a little bit straight. Just feel the shape. Bring the knee down, gently back the knee down and step back. We'll take a rest. Knees can be wide, knees can be together, and just recover. Take that reset, take that home place to recalibrate, to breathe, to let go, to feel what's going on, your thoughts and your feelings. Breathing in, and if you can hear my breath, hopefully that helps you kind of to feel that you can breathe, you can bring the, cultivate that ujjayi breath, that throat sound, that nice encouraging exhaling that is like very, very conducive to relaxation. That exhale that is long and the throat is a little louder. So from here, from this resting child's pose, bring your hands close to your knees and then tuck your toes. We're going to try to come to a squat from here, to any squat you can, right? So maybe you come on your tippy toes. Maybe you widen your feet a little bit and you come to a squat here. Maybe you can bring your feet down. Maybe you can bring your hands in the inside. Just come to any squat. If you're with your heels up, that's great, but you still want to open the inside of the legs. And then from here, very carefully, see if you can straighten your toes and finally come to a nice, gentle forward bending, okay? You're gonna take a twist here. So take your time here, holding down, feet about hips distance. You can measure 2 feet between your toes, folding down, having your hands on blocks, having your hands folding. You can grab the elbows, just let yourself fold in half. And then this is called Uttanasana, forward bending. Knees can be bent or straight. You can sway side to side. We'll take a twist here. So you can have one block in front of the foot. You can bend, if it's the right leg, bend the right leg and left arm up. I love the blocks here. You can certainly use the block like that and bending the leg and really straightening elbow and elbow, one arm really touching the floor and one arm reaching the heavens. And slowly bend both legs and really come down the way you started, just folding down. Go side to side and then other side. So have the block in the center. You can even have it in front of the leg, bend the left leg, bend the left leg consciously, right? Or a little bit or a lot, and then open. You can also keep the hand on the waist, on the back hip if you want, or reaching up to the sky. So wherever feels good, breathe here, open, and slowly rebend and melt. Folding again, folding down, working on maybe the low back, releasing some low back issues, maybe shoulders. And then please press your feet, rolling up, reverse swan dive, or just come up slowly to your first Tadasana, your first standing pose, just wherever you are, the back or center of your mat. Just notice where you are. And then feel your Tadasana. You can have your hands to the sides of your legs. You can have your hands forward and just raise your arms up, all the way up. Grab one wrist, point the knuckles or the back of your hand up, and then tip forward, tip sideways. And then center, right? And then release, grab the wrist, hand is facing up, and then side stretch. Come on up, release your hands out and all the way down. And I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to just challenge you just a little bit, see if you can bring the weight on one foot and cross maybe the right leg in the front. All right, so maybe a little, see if you can maintain it here. And then arms go up again and then to the right. And carefully, please, to step the back legs together, step together, lower. And then other side to the crossing. And then wrap the other wrist and to the other side. Breathe here and look great. Release your hands and carefully step together, careful step together. Unwind, feet together or hips distance. And again, just kind of feel your balance on the toes, on the ankles, on the inside of your heels and arches, really pressing. So we're going to kind of shift and maybe bring the hands on the waist or on the hips and maybe lift one leg up and maybe lift one arm up. You can grab a chair or be on a wall, circle the foot, circle the ankle, lower the hand and step the foot down. Breathe here, shift. So you can just do a little bit. You can do no hand. You can just do turning the ankle. If you want more, you do one arm. You can also cheat and do the wall. You can do the same arm. You can do the opposite hand. Step the foot down, lower your arm, feet on the floor, release. Breathe in and out. All right, so if you are at the back, just walk to the front. And if you're at the front, stay here. And we're gonna try a little bit of balancing and stepping back, okay? So lift your leg, step back, okay? Warrior one, and then step forward. So it's a little difficult, especially the stepping forward, but just let's try it, okay? So shift your weight on the left, right knee comes up, and then shift and step back, ground that back foot, okay? Get your legs steady, and then you can stay here or lift your arms. Just a breath, right? You can keep your arms reaching up, or you can bring your hands on the waist and then push your weight in the front again, and then step forward, maybe lift your leg and maybe lower. Okay, so just kind of playing with balance, but also trying to do a little bit of a flow. Okay, so shift the leg, shift the weight, lift your left leg up, enough, or maybe step back gently, trust yourself, turn the toes out, bend the front leg, maybe widen your stance. You can stay here, or you can add your arms. This is warrior one, Vira one. Hips are forward, breathe here. You can keep your hands reaching, you can keep your hands to the waist, and then transition forward, slowly, maybe touch, maybe lift, and gently step the foot down and breathe. Let's take a breath to reset, just kind of forget what happened, inhaling, lifting up, and then hands to center, exhaling. Just one more up, lift up, raise, look up, and hands to heart. From here, hands to heart, just give me a chair pose, okay? So just nice and easy, squat a little bit, right? Anything that it feels good, you can have your feet together, you can have your feet apart. Just take a moment to feel that you're not rounding, that you're not too much in your back, that you're nice and lowering and working on your low back, on your hips, on your shoulders. Breathe here. Okay, and then inhaling, coming up. One more time, inhaling up, breathing in. And this time, just swan dive all the way forward and down, come all the way down. Touch the floor and step back to downward facing dog. So whichever way feels good to you, just step back. You're gonna bring your legs to pigeon. So from the down dog, if you want, you can step your right foot forward. You can also bring your knees down and then bring your knee to the thumb and then turn the heel out a little bit. Or you can stay from your dog. You can bring your knee forward, right? Another variation is having the knee to the side and having the knee like a little C, okay? So you can have both knees out like that. If this doesn't work, you can stay high for this pigeon kapotasana, or coming really on the knee with this shape that is okay to do, and staying high. The knee can be open like that. So it's like a Z shape or a 90-90 degree. if this works, you can put a block under your hip. You can prop yourself on a something here for your pigeon. Very good. That's it. So we won't stay long. Do any variation that feels good. This works fine. And just take another breath there. Good. So I'm on my right hip. Whichever is your hip that is lower, come and lean towards that right hip. And then that leg behind is going to come out. And you're going to come into a twist here. Easy twist. So, okay. So from there, I know it's a hard transition. Lengthen the leg that was behind and bring the knee open in. Okay. So one leg is long and one leg is bent. And you're just going to hold the knee in, right? And just hug the knee with your elbow or bring your elbow in front of the knee. And maybe the other hand goes behind you. This is your twist. We're going to do it to both sides. So we're going to do an open twist and a closed twist. So this is the closed twist that you're hugging the knee or you're bringing the elbow in front and you're using the hand hopefully to support you like a little kickstand to get nice and straight. And then just unfold, right? And just turn to the open, to the inside of the legs and just kind of do a little bit of folding down, releasing down, countering that, right? And then from here, there's no graceful way to get out, but you're going to come back somehow to your knees or to your dog. Okay, so to your dog or to your knees to do the side pigeon. So from here, you can lift your leg and knee comes behind your left wrist, or you can come onto the knees and bring your knee outside or toward the left thumb, and you can open for this variation with the knee like a Z and your hands forward. So you can have this variation is totally fine. So this is pigeon. You can stay propped up on a block. Elbows are propped up like that. You can stay high. You can bring both legs. You can try to straighten and stay high, right? The knee doesn't have to be parallel. It can be really on an angle. So the front, the heel is like in front of the hip. Take another breath. And then eventually you're going to kind of lean to the other hip to bring the leg that is behind slowly forward. Come to that twist on the other side. So unfold, foot down, take a moment, lengthen, straighten, hug the knee around, bring your elbow in front, and then use the hand behind you to kick and to stay tall. Slowly unfold. And then toe the open leg. So keep the knees as they are, right? And just kind of go around to the open leg, to the open space. And then just kind of do a little hello, maybe the ear to the side, and then come back to center. Now, just lean back enough so you have your feet in the front and lean back. All right, enough so you can do a little bit of kind of like a rowing forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, a little rowing. You can go the opposite. Engage your core and then the other way. So a little variation and then stay with your feet down or maybe holding the legs or maybe reaching your arms for this Navasana boat. You can keep your toes down. You can keep your hands behind. You can lift your legs and then bend your feet down And then wrap around your shins and breathe here. Relax your forehead. And we're going to slowly just find ourselves onto the back. Let's do one reverse table. And then that will be our peak, mostly peak pose. And then we'll go back and do some thread the needle or pigeon on the back. So just a reverse table here. Hands behind. You can have your hands to the sides or towards your hips. Feet not too close, not too far, but just pressing the feet, pushing, and then lifting your pelvis off the ground. Arms are strong. Head reaches back or looks towards your knees, and then gently lower yourself. Come onto your elbows, and then lie back. Slowly, shoulders and head, and just take a moment. Feel your feet, walk your feet together, and have the knees wide like a butterfly, and have one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Just take a couple of moments here, arriving here, touching the ground, touching with yourself, touching breath, connecting, and just maybe softening a little bit as you feel the legs relax, the hips relax, the feet sort of touching the bottom of your feet and your toes together, breathing your hands to your belly and heart. Just one more complete and full, really full breath, full cycle. Relax your legs, maybe slowly extend one and extend the other. Extend your legs and then reach your arms overhead. Lengthen like we did at the beginning, reaching fingers, lengthening your tailbone away from your arms and your shoulders away from your toes. And relax your arms, bring the feet in for pigeon on the back. So this one is great. You know how to set that up. The feet on the ground, really feel your shoulders supported. You can make a pillow for your head under your head, make a pillow, support your head, and then right knee, and then open the knee out, external rotation as you place your ankle on the front of your left, the top of your left knee or left thigh. Just take a breath in, a breath out. Okay, keep your foot down. If you lift it, don't lift. Just keep your foot down. We're going to cross the legs all the way, crossing, crossing, crossing. And you're just going to let the legs go to the side and then center and to the second side. So don't go all the way. Just let the knees go almost to the side and not touching, and almost to the other side. Side to side. And then keep your legs as they are. I have my right knee crossing. I'm going to do an eagle shape on the back. So it's not involving any balance, and it really stretches your arms, stretches your hips. So right leg is over. I'm going to do right elbow on the top. So right elbow and right arm on the top and cross it, or you can give yourself a hug, or you can do your eagle arms. And if you want a little bit more, you try to bring the knee and the elbows towards each other. Maybe you can lift your head if you want, or you can just do completely nothing. You can stay here, you can lift your elbows. So you bring your fingers on the front of your head. You can do one more, lifting everything, squeezing. And then we're going to unwind, relax your arms, uncross your legs. All right, and then extend. We'll do that little long elongation one more time, reaching, lengthening, stretching. Bring your hands back, bring your feet on the ground. Left knee comes up, open the knee out, place your ankle front of your leg, press here, press the legs against each other, breathe here. Relax anything as you let this stretch. Again, coming to that pigeon on the back. So supported pigeon now. Take a moment, foot on the ground. If you did all the options, you know you can lift and all that. Just come back and cross the leg, crossing, 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 kind of like crossing the legs. Arms open, let the knees drop to one side and the other. You don't have to go all the way, but just kind of feel side to side. If this is horrible, just do side to side with your legs, right? You can uncross. But if you can cross, it increases the intensity side to side. Then stay here, right? Stay here. I have my leg on top. I'm going to have my left arm on top, left elbow on top of the right. You can stay here, really stretching your shoulders. You can lift away knees to the elbows and maybe lifting your head. Maybe keep your head down. Maybe don't do anything. Maybe lift your elbows and bring your fingertips to the forehead or the fingertips behind your head. You can do one more, squeeze everything. Try to bring the knees and chest and into the chest. And then relax. Relax the feet. Uncross the arms. Unfold. Uncross. Very good. Feet wide. And then knees rest against each other. Have like this constructive rest, legs, feet wide, and knees kind of knock against each other. You create like a little pyramid. You can also have your hands out, or you can have both hands towards the belly or out. Just take a moment here. I want to do one more version of restorative shoulder stand, which you can do shoulder stand if you want to, or I'm just going to do a blanket under your hips with the legs up version of that shoulder stand. So just take another breath in. So unfortunately, you have to kind of roll on your blanket, right? So find a blanket. You can also put a block. I'm just going to do it with a blanket. I'm just kind of fold it maybe in 4. I'm going to kind of go on that little prop here. It can be a block, can be a blanket, can be 2 blankets. Come on your shoulders. And then lift your legs up. Float your legs up. You can have your arms out like a T. You can have your arms reaching behind your head. You can also have your hands on your belly. Roll your ankles. Point and flex. So if you want to do shoulder stand, also this is an option. You can just, lift your hips up and bring your toes behind you if you want to. I'm just going to kind of stay here, taking a moment with the legs floating up, with the feet above your head, giving your belly, your brain, your heart a little break from holding all day. Head is lower, cascading the breath towards your shoulders and head. Almost cooling down here. So if you want, you can do that freestyle that we did at the beginning, kind of floating arms and little bicycle with your arms and the legs, rolling to the front and reversing, opening out like arms and legs together and opening. Very good. And then flexing the hands and flexing the feet. Right. And then last thing, just have the hands up like that and see if you can reach for your toes and lower. Reach for your toes. Maybe try to touch your toes. You don't have to, but reach, lift your head and lower. And then last one here and then lower. Awesome. All right, so hug your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Very good. Do a little baby, happy baby here. You could remove your blanket or open the legs and lift your feet up. You can grab the legs. You can grab the shins. You can grab the big toe. You can grab the pinky side. You just come to this, a wonderful squat on the back or happy baby shape. And take a moment to feel this widening of your sacrum, opening the inner legs, flexing your toes. You can have your legs nice and wide as your knees come to your armpits or your shoulders. You can have a strap behind or your arches and encourage the strap to bring the knees down. Very good. Bring your feet together, maybe grab around your ankles like a little namaste with your feet floating on top of your groin. Go a little side to side. And then feet on the ground. So you're going to just go to your Shavasana. One leg lengthens, the other leg lengthens if you want. This is a great option to have a blanket under your legs or even a block, maybe under your thighs, under your legs, under your shins, something. So it can be just under your legs like that. It feels really good on your back. It can also be a nice long blanket. And then have the legs nice and wide, as wide as you can. The toes turn away. The arms can be facing up and the hands curled. The hands can be also close to the body or away. Check with your shoulders, tuck under, tuck under. Check with your head that is not turning, that you don't have to turn your head. And just gently, if you haven't, just close your eyes and let yourself kind of check your body, check your breath. Let's return to that 4-4 count. Breathe in, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then these two last ones, just inhale. And then with a sigh, with the open mouth, just let everything, negativity and depression and tightness, exhale with a long, big sigh, audible breath out of your mouth. Take a breath in. Think of these exhalations as a bridge to letting go. And then as you start with this beautiful breath, with this beautiful rhythm or cadence, continue softening into your Shavasana, your digestive part of the practice, where you digest the practice, where you soften, where you release your body, your muscles, the weight of your thoughts, and the weight of tension. And this sensation of quiet, of peace, of being in this tranquility, being in this serenity, being in this space that you created is what we want to get, transferred into your cells, into your body, so you can really find some clarity, find some release, some peace, right, into the Shavasana, and then bring it into your lives, bring it into your relationships, to your days, to become better yourself, so you can share this peace and tranquility with others, so you can be better to others, which is a little bit of what we want. So try to feel this goodness for you, this kindness, this maintenance, this healthy yoga to make us healthier, make us better, make us more less reactive and more quiet. So everything is trying to sink in your body, really heavy. Remember, this is your Shavasana. I would take another, like, even 10 minutes if you can. So I'm going to just give you 2 and I'm going to leave. But if you want to stay longer, you're going to stay longer. If you want, whatever is intuitively in your body, sometimes it'll tell you you need to rest. And this is the best gift you can give to you, just resting, letting go, being awake, but resting in awareness. All right, so yeah, I'm going to have you come up. If you want to continue a little bit longer, please I put my voice in mute and just come up when you want to. If you want to start coming out, just gently start bringing some tiny, gentle movements to your fingers, maybe to your head, side to side. Maybe you bring your legs closer and stretch your arms overhead, long, and elongating, really reaching away from the navel and just feeling your fingertips, maybe lazily one arm and then one other, like one the right and then the left, if you like that. And then slowly bring your hands back, give yourself an embrace, knees to chest. You're all coming out so fast. Roll on your side and then come to seated. So you come to seated gently, right? You're ready to get on to your day. Take a moment again to find your sit bones, sit cross-legged, prop yourself on a blanket, and then just take a moment with your hands kind of as if you're like having um, water cups or a cup of water in your hands. Just feel this receiving this mudra of a gesture of feeling, of sensing, of touching, of maybe thank you, maybe gratitude, maybe receiving, maybe just let it be like as if you want to receive or give, make whatever is in your life, whatever makes sense to you. And then draw your hands back to being in front of your heart and bring the thumbs to your chest and gently bow your chin to your fingertips, to your heart in gratitude, in kindness, in recognition for the light in us, the light in me salutes and recognizes, honors the light in you guys. And thank you so much for coming to your practice today. Om Shanti and peace. So let me just stop here.